Hey, Dick, how goes it? Just wanted to reminisce a little bit about one of my favorite memories. We've had so many over our many years together at Fezzi, but more importantly, our couple of trips together to India. And the India story that comes to mind always when I think of you is the afternoon that most of our gang was going to go shopping, and you instead had an adventure that you were going to embark on with Leela, looking for a Shruti box. And I decided to join you guys on that adventure. That sounded way more fun than going and looking at fabrics. So we ventured into this, super packed area. We finally found the Ricky Ram shop, and the people were gathered outside. They said, "Oh, he's not here yet. He's not here yet." And then eventually finding out that he comes in a little later in the morning. So we went back in a second time, and this time he was there eating lunch. And we walked into this tiny shop and found out that his dad had actually made sitars for Ravi Shankar. There were pictures of the Beatles plastered out all throughout. Leela serenaded us with her magnificent skills and on the sitar, and you ended up buying not just a Shruti box, but some other amazing instrument. And we walked out, and I remember feeling like a rock star. It was you, me, and Leela, and we were flanked by all these little kids and a bunch of folks who were just really sort of interested in the fact that we had been in to visit this famous music maker, and we were wandering back through the streets in the neighborhood, feeling like I said, like I was managing some rock star, you there, carrying these instruments out. So that was one of the classics, and I'll never forget it. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Hopefully we can have another India get-together, this time in real person. We can raise a kingfisher together and celebrate all the good times. Happy retirement, my friend. And as I say, this isn't the end. Looking forward to hanging out some more and learning about what new adventures you're up to. Cheers, my friend.
Mr. Gaskell, thank you so much for all that you've done for me over these past 3 years. You have not only taught me everything I know about photography, but you've helped grow my interest and grow it into what is now one of my biggest passions. I owe everything to you. Thank you for all that you've done for me, and I hope you can enjoy life in retirement.
Hi, Dick. I can't believe you're leaving Fezzidan, and I'm going to miss you terribly. When I think back about our time in India, that just always comes to mind is really special. Following you around, trying to, take pictures with you. You captured the essence of India and people, you always do. But I think one of the most meaningful moments was when we had that great dinner with Melanie, drank way too many gin and tonics, but we solved all the problems of the world. So best wishes to you, my friend, on your next adventure, and keep taking pictures.
It cannot possibly be true that Dick Gaskell is retiring. No way. Dick, what I remember most about some of your efforts and your work with kids was being on duty on a Sunday and the amount of time that you would spend in the studio, getting your stuff ready, going through your week, looking at the kids' work. It was amazing. And it was consistent. Every Sunday you were in there working hard. So, Dick, thank you for all that hard work. Hopefully, you really should have 2 retirement celebrations if that's the case. One as a teacher and one as an artist. I'm hopeful the artist keeps going. Miss you, Dick. Good luck in retirement. Best to everybody, and please enjoy yourself. Thanks so much.
From his patience in our first encounter when I censored his photo exhibit in the gallery, hiding some really awesome pictures that I was just a smidge afraid were gonna get me fired on my first day of work, to the calls when I ring him up during a Zoom meeting and remind him to mute himself or move your camera to your face, or me barging into his classroom and kicking him off his own computer. I can just hear Dick right now, calm, cool, with a sense of humor every time, saying things like, "Go get him, girl," or "I'd try to stop you, kid, but I know there's no point, do your thing." Dick just welcomed me to Fezzi with such open arms. He supported the changes and the moves that I want to make for the program, but also gave me such wonderful history and perspective on the school and the community from his time here. we have had such an extreme luxury in having a professional photographer on our faculty for so many years. I am thrilled to say that we will have Dick's India photo montage on display for the community for years to come to celebrate his work. So Dick, using your own terms, the kid wishes the dinosaur many, many relaxing years and enjoyable years in retirement, Zoom and owl free. You deserve it. Thank you so much for sharing your time and talents with the Fezzi community.
Richard Gaskell, that's easy. Aging hippie.
Hey Dick, congratulations on your retirement. A couple things come to mind of experiences we've had, and maybe the first one I think is kind of funny and silly is when requirements came to wear a jacket and tie at Fezzi. Didn't want to do that, but you did the right thing. That says a couple of things about you, and I think that's really fun. And then when we were in India, something that's probably way more important is that you would be the first person up. You would go out and you'd take pictures in the morning while the rest of us were sleeping. And that really says a lot about who you are. You know, you want to get the image. And I also have to end with the idea that a lot of times when I would go by where you were working, you had kids around who are happy, learning, and invested in what they were supposed to be doing. And you know, those are three pretty important things about one person. So it's been great spending time with you, and I hope you have a great retirement. Thanks. Bye.
How you doing, Mr. Gaskell? Congratulations on your retirement. I was thinking about what I was going to say for this. It definitely helped that I got to put together the video so I could see what everybody else said, so I can steal some ideas. But one of the cool things about putting together a video like this was that I got to see how many other people you touched while you were at Fessenden and what you mean to them, and how that special feeling that you give people in the relationships that you created with them was not unique. It was something that you did for everybody, and that's truly amazing to have. And I didn't realize how lucky I was to have you as a teacher when I was at Fessenden. But I think looking back, I definitely do now. It's incredible to have a professional photographer teaching you photography when it's your first time teaching photo. And I know doing yearbooks wasn't exactly your idea of teaching photography, which is why everything you did for photography at Fessenden was unique and special, and it will have a lasting legacy for sure. And that's very inspiring. So congratulations, Mr. G. I'll see you soon.
Hi, Dick. I can't believe that I'm here doing this video and saying goodbye, although I know it's not goodbye. But certainly, you know, it's given me time to sort of reflect on you and all the amazing things that you've brought to Fezzi, and sort of how you've affected my time at Fezzi personally. And as I was thinking about it, I really can't believe that the first time we met was when Ben was in my advisory group, and it was actually before you were working at Fezzi. And little did we know that you were going to be joining the Fezzi ranks, and that we would have all this time together in the two of us, but also how you would impact Ethan's life as well, which is something, you know, Sue and I are so grateful for, that you were able to bring out his artistic side that he didn't know that he had. And that continues even to this day, as we spoke about the other day in college, as he continues to pursue photography and other creative things on the art side. So thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for all of our conversations, whether that's in study hall or, you know, stopping by Vernon Hall to hang out and talk about whatever was going on. I always enjoyed your unique perspective on things, and talking with you and laughing with you. And certainly our trip to India was a highlight. Going to India just in and of itself was huge, but getting to go there with you and Sue and Leela was just really momentous for me. I don't think I've laughed that hard before then or even since then. So thank you so much for that. I'm certainly going to miss you. It's not going to be the same. I'm trying not to be super sad about it all right now, and just grateful for the time that we had together. And I'm hopeful, no pressure, that you will actually land in Amesbury, and I'm going to do all I can to find you guys a place up here. But again, no pressure. If you end up here or in this area, I hope that we will see each other, and certainly hope and know that we'll stay in touch. Wish you and Tor the best of luck and happy times together in retirement, and seeing Ben and your grand family, and being able to enjoy that time together. So again, Dick, thanks for everything. Wish you the best and love you very much. Take care.
The first word that comes to mind when I think of Dick is eclectic. This quality is most striking about his personality. He has a very broad approach to people and places, accepting and embracing all cultures, beliefs, and nationalities with the same enthusiasm and eagerness to learn from each. It was this quality that struck me the first time I met him and has endeared him to me ever since. Going on 5 trips to India with Dick gave me a lot of insight into his passion and enthusiasm, not only for photography, but for his desire to delve deep into unfamiliar cultures. Traveling was truly a magnet for him, and he went on every trip I organized, and then on to further trips on his own. These were to continue his explorations until the pandemic brought his wanderlust to an abrupt halt. Each trip has a unique story about Dick's endearing exploits and explorations. Be it a wild ride round Kolkata without permission from me, in a garishly illuminated 3-wheeler with Kyle and Justin, or having to convince the security at the Udaipur airport that he had not hidden drugs in his snake charmer's bamboo pipe. They were convinced he was a leftover hippie from the 1960s, till I had to intervene in Hindi, give them our credentials, and blow the pipe for them, asking them to do the same if they still didn't believe us. By then we were used to these adventures of Dick's, and always looking forward to the next. However, before we had grown accustomed to these events, on the very first trip, on day 2, we had gone to visit a school situated in a tightly packed slum in Delhi. On our return from the visit, Dick went ahead in order to take some photos. There was one place in the road where there was a fork, and he took the wrong branch of the road. He vanished, and despite shouting out for him and several people running in different directions, we couldn't locate him. My resourceful friend Jeet organized locals to search for the white Saab with a white ponytail and cameras sitting on his shoulders. Everywhere we were told he was just 2 steps ahead and had been spotted a minute ago. By then, all of us were getting very worried. I decided that he must have some common sense and had probably decided to return to the India International Center where we were staying. We called them, and sure enough, he was sipping a cup of tea, relaxed and safe. I was so relieved that he had the information with him. He calmly responded to our worry by saying he thought we would contact him at the IIC as the obvious place. Dick's support and enthusiasm on each of the 5 trips has been invaluable and steadfast. He enjoyed every aspect, including the teasing as a result of all his adventures, which he took in good humor. He has been an invaluable photography teacher at Fessenden, sharing with his students the myriad experiences and pictures from his amazing travels. The rich colors and unfamiliar scenes have led to opening the minds of the boys. His shared experience enriches students, and his style allows them to experiment and produce amazing captures. I'm sure his photo lab will be greatly missed. It was a hive of activity, and I have enjoyed listening in on a lesson or being a judge for a contest if I had a free period. I hope the pandemic gets resolved soon and that Dick and my family can go on another fun trip to India. Have a wonderful retirement, Dick.
When I think of Dick, I think of 2 words, drugs, and I also think of politics. Over the years, Dick and I have had a real affinity for photography, and so occasionally he'd come down to my room and say, Jamie, look at this new really expensive piece I bought. Therefore, I would have to buy it in short order. Thank you very much, Dick. That's several cars worth sitting in my drawer right now. And the other one is, over the years, you and I have solved every political dilemma in the entire world. Just the entire world was too stupid to listen to us. I bid you all the best on your new adventure, and we will see each other. Be well.
What you see is what you get. There is no facade with Dick Gaskell.
I don't think I've ever seen Dick in a bad mood. He's always pleasant and upbeat, even this year. And he always appreciated my honesty. He and I have shared so much laughter together, mostly through raunchy jokes and cartoons. And our political discussions could have gone on endlessly. Dick has documented so many memorable events at Fessenden, and always with a smile and a can-do attitude. I will miss you and the laughter, Mr. Gaskell. Peace.
Dick Gaskell, or Dickhead as I call him, had been a fixture all the time I taught at Fezzi. Fortunately, or unfortunately, we fed off each other, creating crime capers. He was instrumental in making all the crime posters, ransom pictures, and mug shots. Who can forget Bag Lady Brophy or Bird-Brained Bannister? Of course, he was the inspiration for many of the capers. Remember when we stole the headmaster's dog, and Dick put pictures of the dog on all the milk cartons in the cafeteria? How about the time he put Fezzi Bear on Spider's chop saw, took pictures and requested ransom? He didn't limit himself to just the crime capers. Oh no, he had to torture me in his spare time. How about the time, after I broke my wrist ice skating with the middle school, he made a mega poster of Nancy Kerrigan skating with my face instead of hers, and he put an image of the break on her arm. Wasn't he supposed to be doing 9th grade photos? If I had known that Dickhead was going to India with me twice, I might have stayed home. He had a knack of capturing photos at all the wrong times, such as the time I fell off a camel. Luckily, Leela kept him under control, sort of. Going to India with him was a trip. He must have had 500 pounds of camera equipment. Going through customs took him hours as they inspected every lens. Then he bought a Cobra charming flute. That fascinated the Indian authorities as well, and they all had to try that out. He was a renegade and didn't stay with a group. And often we would be worried if he got lost or where he was, and then he would magically appear, having made friends with several of the cab drivers, even visiting their houses at one point. Of course, Thirsty Thursdays would have been a bust without Dick. We often stayed too late, and he would get in good trouble with Tor. To be honest, I miss my partner in crime, travel, drink. We had so many laughs together. Best wishes for retirement.
Hey, Mr. Gaskell. 15 years ago, I walked into your classroom in September and asked to borrow a camera for my trip to Nepal that I was taking later that fall. And I'm grateful to say we've been good friends ever since. I appreciate all the laughter, whether sharing blue moons at Patty's on Thirsty Thursdays or creating funny wanted posters for Sue Eldert's 6th grade crime caper. It's always been an adventure with you, and I've been grateful for our friendship. I wish you all the best and good luck in a well-deserved next chapter. We'll miss you, my friend. Take care.
Mr. Gaskell, Mr. G, it's Charlie. You may not recognize me because I'm a little bit less fat now from my Fessenden days, but I was honored to be requested to contribute to this video. And in thinking about what to say, I realized that to describe the impact that you've had on me in my life is impossible, because you fundamentally altered and guided the way that I think about the world around me. The first lesson that you taught me that I carry with me to this very day is to appreciate everything around me, whether it's ugly or complicated there's something to appreciate in everything. And I'm a happier person because of that. Second thing that you taught me is to trust in myself. Even when I fail and I trip up, that you taught me to just have a little bit of confidence and a little bit of faith in myself. But most importantly, the way that you had an impact on my life is that you were a friend. You're still a friend. And I meant to come back this year and visit and sit down with you and catch up. Unfortunately, COVID didn't allow that. But what I wanted to say to you when I came by, which of course I still will, but once things kind of clear up here, is that you were one of my first real friends that just listened and that just appreciated me for who I am. I'm never going to forget that. So congratulations and thank you, Mr. G, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hi, this is the long-retired David Taylor wanting to say hello to Digital Dick Gaskell, or should I really say goodbye, and thank you so much for your 23 years of service and for pixelating the entire Fessenden community over those years. In fact, I have some of your work behind me on the wall as a great memory. Thinking back, though, I think many, if not even most of those years were actually spent in India, where you went repeatedly on those wonderful Leelaban tours. But Dick, you were terrific. You started out in 1998 in the old photo lab, full of fumes, etc., from developing pictures. I hope you didn't get hurt by any of that. In any event, when we went to renovate that whole area, that whole space, I know we discussed going fully digital, and we did. And it's been history ever since. Anyway, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy your time away from Fessenden. And the best to you and your family. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Hi, Dick. This is Mackie. I just wanted to congratulate you on everything that's coming your way. You deserve all of it, and to take whatever break or change that you want, because you've done so much for so many people. And just speaking for myself, it's hard to come up with the words to describe it, because I first met you back in 2008 when I was a 7th grader in your beginning photo class. And so for the better part of 13 years, you've been helping me and mentoring me in different ways, all the way from that first class where you encouraged me to start macro photography and try working with the camera in that way, all the way up to this past year with job searches, and a couple years ago when I was able to go to India with you and assist you in your photography there. It's all been just such a great honor to be able to have learned from you continuously and worked with you in different aspects. So again, congrats on everything. Can't wait to see what you do next. Sending you much love. Thanks so much for all that you do. Bye.
Easy going, like groovy. And the second is like see things that I couldn't see. He saw beyond the lens of the camera. He used to show me stuff. It was pretty cool.
To FESD, I had an interest for photography, but before FESD, I've never taken a photography class before. It was all learning by reading different books and articles. But Mr. Gaskell had helped me advance my photography skills a lot in FESD, and he has influenced me in a lot of ways to become a better photographer. And also he's taught me a lot of skills which could be used in photography and outside photography. One thing I would remember about Mr. Gaskell is all the jokes he would make in our photography class, and sometimes he would like insult other teachers as well, for jokes, obviously. But without Mr. Gaskell, I don't think I would have advanced this much in photography, and I don't think I would have continued doing photo in my high school too if Mr. Gaskell did not teach me photo in FESI. So I would like to thank Mr. Gaskell for all the help he has given me in my 2 years at FESI. Thank you.
Well, let me just say this. If I can't have my birthday at home with my family, I can't think of a group of people I would rather spend it with. So thank you all. I am free. I am free. I am free at last. Hallelujah.